What is up? What is up? Today is the long awaited walk around video of my 2015 Chevrolet Silverado with the Duramax diesel motor. So truck is obviously a 2500 HD, Z71, LTZ, 4x4. So let's start with the lift kit. On the truck we're running the bulletproof 12-inch lift. It's 12-inch front and rear. In the front we're running Fox shocks, and then in the rear we're not running blocks. I don't believe in running blocks. I don't like it. It's a cheap way of lifting a rear. So the rear is strictly lifted with the Atlas springs and Fox shocks in the rear as well. The reason I went with bulletproof is when you're starting to get into the 12-inch lift kit range, you don't want to go with a cheap lift kit. You don't want a wheel flying off going 80 down the freeway. Bulletproof everything. I mean, the name's bulletproof for a reason. Their shit's built right. They keep all the stock geometry of everything, so you're not wearing out, you know, ball joints or any of that shit that you do with like the cheaper lift kits. So far I've had zero issues with it. You know, just regular maintenance and everything's been working fine. So for tires and wheels, I'm running the Toyo Open Country Mud Terrain. It's the only off-road tire I'll ever run. These things are, I mean, the reviews are there. They're the greatest tire out there. I pulled an Allen wrench out long ways of this tire before. No leaks, no problems, no anything. They're 40 inches. They're 40 by 15.5 by 22-inch wheel. Speaking of wheel, we come down, we got Fuel 509D or D509. I'm not sure how they list them. 22-inch wheel by 14-inch wide. I believe the offset is either -44 or -77. I don't remember offhand. The reason I went with these is I wanted a wheel that had the least amount of any kind of brush or anything. I wanted it as black as I could find, and you know, every wheel they try and put like a trim around it or some of that bullshit. These were the blackest wheels I could find. Once again, zero issues with them. I love them. So continuing our way back, for exhaust, I went with the 5-inch AFE. This is a downpipe back, straight pipe, no muffler, no anything. This thing sounds sexy. I highly recommend this exhaust. I mean, any 5-inch straight pipe is pretty much the same fucking thing, but check this one out. I think you'll love it. So back when I bought the truck, getting them color matched was not an option. So to do this, I wanted to color match everything white, get rid of all the chrome. Chrome's kind of dated. So had the door handles painted, had all the chrome trim painted, and then if you come along to the front, so for the front I decided not to paint it because I wasn't sure if I was gonna like everything white. So I had everything wrapped in vinyl, the bumper, the bezels around the lights, the grill, just everything. Now that it's been done, seeing that if you get rock chips or anything like that, you can easily rip the vinyl off and reapply it, versus if you had this all painted and it got all beat up, repainting it's a much bigger and much more expensive project. So speaking of wrapping, I don't know if you can see up on the roof is also vinyl wrapped black. Once again, I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it, so I opted to go vinyl. If I had to rip it off, I could rip it off. Now that I see it and it's done, the vinyl only lasts a few years on the roof. So once this gets taken off, it's gonna get painted this time for good. So for the grill, I wanted something nobody had. I wanted something that was super custom and really fit the look of the truck. A lot of grills get rid of the centerpiece and then you're just left with it on the lights and it kind of looks dumb. So I contacted All Wired Customs in Los Angeles, and they do custom grills. A lot of stuff's one-off. This is one of 3 that they made. Once I saw this grill, I fell in love with it, so I made sure like this is the one I had to have. It really fits the look of the truck and it's really clean and subtle. As we come along to the rear of the truck, we vinyl wrapped the rear bumper as well. One thing to note when you're vinyl wrapping things, the sensors do not like to be vinyl wrapped. If you really are set on it, you can wrap just the outside, just don't wrap the inside. I had these wrapped, the vinyl pulled away just a hair, left a little bit of a gap. The sensor picked up the vinyl, so they were constantly going off. So I pulled all the vinyl off on all the sensors, and I've had them all painted now, and they work great. Another thing you'll notice, my hobo hook. This is from Hobo Machining. They're also out of the Orange County, Los Angeles area. I'll put the link in the bio to where you can buy one of these. These things they're beastly. They're set up for a 2.5 inch hitch. He also makes one for a 2 inch. And they ain't just for looks. You'll see in another video of mine, me, yanking a big ass tree around with it. These things work. One of the other things you're gonna notice is there's a lot of lighting on the truck. So once it gets dark, we'll take you around and show you all the lighting. But front and rear, we've got flush mount pods. These are white as well as an amber strobe. I work in construction. We need strobe lights when we're on the side of the road or something like that, so I can flip them onto amber strobes, and they're dual purpose and they look good. So obviously to get in the truck, it's a bit of a leap. So we went with the amp research hideaway steps. Come out when you open the door, go up when you're done. They come with lights underneath to light them up so you can see. Alright, so I went with the train horn setup on this truck, and no, this is not your standard cheap knockoff horn blasters kit. These are actually Nathan K5 LA horns that are actually on a train. Therefore, they've earned the right to be called a train horn. I'm running an 8.5 gallon air tank, all 1/2 inch air lines, and then in each corner up here, I've got a Viair compressor. So I'm running dual Viair compressors to make sure I can fill the tank quickly. I'm never out of air. And then over here, I've got a air chuck. So if you need to fill up tires, whatever, running any kind of tools, if you need to run air tools, you can. You've got 8.5 gallons of compressed air waiting for you. So the badging on this truck has been switched out. I'm running the matte black badge from Truck Emblem Warehouse. It's also got the EFI Live engraved in it. So speaking of tuning, this truck is running the PPEI tuning by Corey Willis. It's currently set on the 150 horsepower street tune. Fucking love it. Like, if there was any money I'd spend on the truck to do one thing, it'd be that. Like, it's a whole new fucking animal. These trucks are beasts when you do that to them. Speaking of which, we're running a fast 150 lift pump. If you're going to be running a higher tune, you got to get more fuel to the motor. So you need a lift pump. You can run the tuner without the lift pump, but you're not going to be able to run it up on the higher tunes. So I actually have my lift pump, instead of mounting it in the standard location on the outside where you can see them, mine's mounted up there in the middle. I don't know if you can see it. We'll get you a little closer there. There she is, and she's dirty. So by mounting it up in the middle like that, not only is it not exposed on the side right here where you see your filters hanging down and where somebody could steal it, it's also a lot quieter by tucking it into the middle of the bed. These things, they aren't dead silent, so the quieter you can put them, find a better place to mount them. That's why I mounted it there. All right, so the interiors of these trucks coming from the factory are so nice that there's really not a whole lot you're gonna wanna do to them. I haven't really done anything to this. I don't like things that don't look factory, especially like switches and all that. So when you're running all the accessories, the lights, the train horn, the compressors like I am, you're gonna have to do something with your switches. So for mine, I have them hidden up underneath this panel right here. I don't know if you can see them, but all my switches are hidden there. And then for my train horn, it's running to a tethered switch. That way you still retain your factory horn, and then you can toss this guy to the guy in the back seat and let him play with it or whatever you want to do and have a lot of fun. All right guys, so that was a quick little walk around of the truck. If there's anything more specific you'd like to know about or see, leave it down in the comments. We're gonna have more videos coming about the truck. I want to show you guys my hitch mounted 30-foot flagpole that we take to events, and I think you guys will like that and see how we built that. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your friends. Thanks, later. If you want to check out the truck community and more truck related content, give my page a subscribe, as well as my buddy Off-Road Dynasty and my buddy Dirty Max Jack. They've got some badass trucks as well, and they post a ton of content. So if you could give us all a follow, we'd greatly appreciate it. Thanks, and catch you on the next one.